all the way at the bottom. That's your valve. These things, so all my panels are assembled.
Forgot to turn the city water off so the tank's overflowing.
Be careful. Oh, come on. What? What the? Ah! Double hook caddy to catch it and lasso it over and hold it up there. Oh my God. Second time this morning, or no, yeah, look, yesterday morning, snake patrol. This morning, another snake patrol. Wife can't walk around gardens with snakes. Snake catcher. I should say snake remover. Sits over by the lemon tree. Just trying to sit and have a cup of coffee in the morning, man. She's out there saying, big snake, big snake. The other one, I don't know if I showed it in the video earlier or if I'll show it now, but that other one was big, dude. I'm just waiting for that anaconda. Let's see, where are you? Yeah, that's basically a snake house right there. I do see some movement of the branch over there. Is that wind? Oh, I know, I need to go around this side because they will try to run for the water again and then over into the next. Oh, that's not a, whoa, that's a, look at that, huh? That's not a snake, but it's definitely a big ol' ass snake skin. Right? Whoa. Actually it goes in there. And it's over there. And the tail is over there. That's probably what she was saying. You know, the snakes will use all that underbrush to help them, you know, peel off the the skin, right? To shed the skin. I'm probably gonna get bit by mosquitoes out here. Early morning, near the water, a little bit humid. I can hear them by my ears. This is a mango tree branch broke, but I chopped it off. I haven't cut it up yet. But yeah, this is like snake crossing. They probably figure, hey, this is a good spot, man. I can hide in the bamboo. Whoa. Or in the rocks. They really like to hang out underneath this tarp. Anyway, until the next encounter, we'll get back at you. Well, enough of that snakerama. That's 3 strikes, man. Is that the thing? No, it's a stick. I haven't wrestled that little alligator yet. Lizard. I will. But other than chasing 3 snakes the last 2 days, whatever, 3 days, a snake a day. But yeah, we had a little pump problem this morning. Wasn't getting water, and of course my wife was over there pyro burning stuff, and as I've always told her, you need to have a hose there on the ready in case it gets out of hand. So she started the fire and then got the hose ready, which it wasn't ready. She's all crack. And of course it was, you know, I couldn't just magically do it. I had to check that over there. I come over here, check what's going on. And sure enough, all the way at the bottom, that's your valve. This thing's supposed to be depressing going in, but looks like it's all the way backed out. So this was needing to be replaced. Fortunately, I had one, as you probably should always have one. So I just cut the bottom. I was able to, this is 9 meters, so fortunately I was able to pull it straight up and rest it against the branches. So it was straight down, then I just cut it at the bottom, replaced it, you know, glued it or whatever. And then, you know, when it was dry, just start to insert it down there, no problem. Before this tree was here, I used to have it curving way over there on these branches. That was always a bummer. But that one actually works good. So I might have to keep that, although this is the one I was supposed to be cutting. I could probably still cut that over there. But anyway, it's a nightmare. God, I kept trying to, I thought maybe it was the water. I filled it up, you know, to prime it and all that. It just wasn't accepting the prime. And I'm thinking that water's going out that pipe, man. And sure enough, fortunately I had a quick release, you know, on the inset, so I was able to just unscrew that and pull that pipe out. And sure enough, got that fixed. But what also I fixed is, boom, ha-ha. So all my panels are assembled and ready to go. I got 4 big ones, 2 small ones. The small ones will fit nicely right in the middle for this 11-foot span. I painted them all. I did get that, my other paint. What is that? What is that? I see a line right here. That is a condensation line. Maybe it's all sealed up in there, I don't know. But one thing I noticed, I should have filmed that. It's probably still there, we'll see when I get them up. But so these sheets were sealed at the ends, like with a piece of tape, you know, that all that white sheeting was over both sides of it. But it also had another strip that was, you know, folded over the end holes, right? So for all intentional purposes, the whole thing was sealed up in terms of those lines. So rain or whatever, none moisture, so it couldn't get in there. But as I was pulling the sheets out individually to line them up and do that, dude, it was like ant colonies in there. A lot of them. And the biting ones. I'm like, what? And I don't even know how they got in there, because there's like, you know, there's 6 sheets. I had to cut the leftovers. But yeah, man, they're in there. As a matter of fact, you know what? Yeah, this right here, look at that. Those are ants, but they're dead. I don't know, maybe they killed each other or something. But there was ant colonies in there, really, you know, just traveling through there a lot. And I'm like, how they get in there, you know? I don't know. Had to have chewed through the end plastic in order to get in there, but you know, I don't know. But I do know that, you know, while I screwed all these in, they started leaving, which was made it difficult because I'd grab the end and then they'd all be coming out of my hand. I'm like, God dang. But what I did was I had these screws, but you can see the ones with the rubber washer in there, so they're like concave and or convex, and with a little rubber washer, because they didn't want to crush this. First one I got it's a little beat up a little bit, but then I sorted out just how far I need to screw it in so it doesn't collapse the whole thing. Anyway, yeah, so that shouldn't have to worry about water. But you know, it's going to be up here, it's going to be exposed to the elements, there's going to be shit falling on it, it's going to get hot and cold, rainy, humid, so it might, the condensation, you know, build up inside. It might even become a giant ant colony. But it'll look cool for a while. Hey, that was a turtle. Well, that's a big soft shell turtle. Gone. Hey, it's about the size of a hamburger. Oblong hamburger. You can eat them soft shell turtles, yeah. And it'll be cool over here once this is all set, because if you're just chilling out here, there is some natural wildlife that you'll be able to observe, you know, as long as they don't know you're sitting over here or whatever, or they get used to it. So, what's that? What, the tanks? It's all right. Forgot to turn the city water off, so the tank's overflowing. Anyway, order of the day today is I need to weld the other 2 bars on both sides of here. First, I need to. They're not long enough, so I need to weld these. Need to weld there, and then I need to weld ends so that they're all this length, and then get them up there. Once they're up there, and welding, you know, like I say, welding, man, that takes all day. Once they're up there, then I can just hoik these up and start laying them in place. Hopefully it'll be a smooth process and it'll go in there fair enough without having to destroy everything, and then it slides off and hits that thing and launches into the water. If it did fall in the water, it might float for a minute until the water fed into all those channels. I still got to tape that up. All right, man, well, let's see what I can get done today, and we'll get back at you. Oh, well, I am baked. So, I can't see it, but anyway, I painted everything black. I welded that bar and that bar in place. I haven't taken the clamp off yet, but I did have to remove one of those 2-inch bars. It's on the ground right there. Because one, it was these are old 2 bars, so it was bowing a little bit and all that. And from what I was doing, I just needed to remove it. And so I used my angle grinder, metal blade, cut it. Just gonna cut it off and cut it off. But I had a feeling that I was gonna cut it off here, that it was maybe binding or whatever already, which I was correct. And I cut 95% of it, and there was just that little bit, and I'm all, should I do that with the hacksaw? And I thought, nah, I'll just do a little bit more. Be careful. When that thing kicked loose, man, boom, the bar bounded, and it came back. Well, I was holding on the grinder. It came back and smacked my thumb knuckle pretty darn good. And but now I'm at this point where I gotta plug this fan in. Oh my god. Come on, fan. Why does it always do that? Ugh. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think I'm only good for that part of it today. Got that all welded in place, so now I should be able to lay those panels up there, at least on this side. My mind's eye, oh, I'm gonna weld all 4 of those. I'm gonna eat something, I'm gonna come back out here, I'm gonna put those panels on there. Yeah, I don't think so. One of the things I did notice, and that's part of the reason why I knocked that other bar off of there, was because so those panels, right, they're going to sit on top of those crossbars, right, and tucked up underneath the apex. But I have to have something to stop it from sliding off, at least until I can screw it through the back. The idea is that I'm going to screw through these bars and into the bar of the panel, and that's what will hold it in place. But in the interim, I have to have some mechanism to hold it in place. And I guess I might be able to get up under there with the clamp. We'll have to see. But oh man, brutal. Brutal. There are days when recent days, that I really wonder if I'm going to be able to complete this by myself. I'm almost finished with this part, and then the roof over here. Real, to me, another difficult task is going to be mixing all that cement for this flooring. It doesn't matter whether I want to make it all polished or not. I still got to mix cement and pour it down, probably 2-inch thick, all the way over here, and then out here again, something like that. Even if I'm gonna tile it, I still gotta just lay it down, screed, you know, make all that done. But I want to do that, man. Well, that's right, yeah. Even on these bars, even though I welded it, I wanted to put a screw through that end into the A-frame bar, just to overkill it. But now I wonder if I put that, you know, that hex head metal nut through there, and if I was to crank it down, that might put undue pressure on the weld and break the weld. So yeah, what is that? Something bite me already. Maybe I'll wait on that. If I see it starting to, if I see the weld start to crack or something, then I can reinforce it with the screw. Yeah, it's better. But I'm anxious to see what it looks like. You know, I wanted to get this side put up, and you know, and get over there on the other side of the house, take a look at it. Man, I'm just gonna go get some water. I'll get some water, and then I'll see if I can do it. My wife wants me to, I don't even know what time it is. It's before noon, I think. She wants me to take me across the street to the clinic, to a little clinic, because they have, you know, according to her, they have this magic, you know, lung washer. And no, you can't wash your lungs. Actually, you could wash them, but one, they only wash them one at a time, and you got to be totally sedated, and it's a major procedure. But anyway, she says that a lot of people have respiratory problems, coughing and all this other stuff here, older people, and they put, you know, like a mask, I guess, or maybe it's a pump, I don't know, but they have something that's evidently miracle happens. Yeah, no, you know, I figured I'm gonna get over there, and it'll probably be, you know, your inhaler, of which I have 3 different kind of inhalers, if you can believe that. So the inhaler, for the most part, everybody's inhaler is albuterol or salbuterol. It's a, you know, pretty common. And when you're having an asthma attack, you go to the hospital, the emergency room, and they put the mask on you, and it's going, you know, that's albuterol too. It's just at a higher dose. So you're getting, you know, you're able to breathe easier, quicker, and better, because, you know, they just gave you a higher dose than what can be found in a prescription pump. You know, they used to say, oh, you know, 1 or 2 of these, but I would do like 6, boom, 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 6 or 7 or whatever, keep me going, you know, for the day. Now I use the, well, I hit a steroid one twice in the morning and twice at night for maintenance, but because of the damage. And then I use the whatever, Burrow Dual or something. It's you know, it's like the combo drug that's stronger than albuterol. So anyway, just now realizing that I'm getting older. 67 on the countdown, and my lungs are failing. Perfect. And to think, I once was the epitome of health. Yeah. But now, yeah, we'll have to see. I still haven't gone and got that chest x-ray. Maybe I should do that today. Alright, I'll drink water. I'll see if I can put one of these panels up. If it's real easy, I'll throw the other 2 up, get this one side up. And then I'll go take a shower, eat something. let my wife take me over there and see what that is. If it's just albuterol, I'm gonna ask her what the drug is and all that. If it's just albuterol, I'm just gonna pass because I got this stuff. And then we can scoot over to either the X-ray place or the hospital. You can get them at both. The X-ray place does X-rays, MRIs, whatever, and CT scans, like an outsourced building, medical office building. But they do X-rays in the hospital too. They're like $6 or something. Anyway, a lot of babbling. Let's get to it, Craig. Got my water, and then I'm all, you know, all right, let's see what I gotta do. I'm gonna put it over there, and I go, oh, maybe I'll do it this side first. And I'm gonna hook it up like that, like that, like that. And what the fuck? My very last weld, I welded it on the outside instead of the inside. So, you know, they're on the inside, and then that's on the inside, and come over here. You know, I'm already exhausted or whatever. And I welded it. It was on the outside. Son of a bitch. So, and I didn't want to, you know, chop my hand off with a grinder blade again. So I used my hacksaw. I had to hack it off because I couldn't unweld it because I put a really good weld. So I had to hack it off, and then I got another piece, welded that piece underneath, and then welded that to that. So now I gotta rest again. Figure out how to put that green thing up there. Damn, man. I hate making those kind of welding mistakes. I don't mind most mistakes, but the welding ones, fuck. And I couldn't use the way the angle is up and all that. I couldn't really use the angle grinder, you know, the cutter blade. These blades, they're okay and everything. Probably for cutting nails and all that kind of stuff, I think. But not for that. I like cutting through a weld. I don't know. I don't think so. I think, do they make a hacksaw, one of these, like a metal one that won't shred when I'm using it? Even then, if it didn't shred, it'd catch on something and kick back, throw the grinder right in my throat or something. All right, let's see what I got. If I got anything left in me. Got mad cotton mouth. Good sign of heat exhaustion. And yeah, bummer. So I tried to put one right up here, right? It was fucking wicked tough, but I realized fuck that up. So I measured 11 feet, right? 11 between the two, but I did not account for that carve out. So it hits right here, and it should be hitting here, but you know, it's down here. So that means I'm gonna actually have to, you know, I'm gonna have to take one of the pieces. I left that one up there and moved over that way instead, but I'm gonna have to take the plastic off, cut the metal, and make the carve out so that it fits snug against the inside 11. And here, so what I did was I kind of did it the same I did a little bit on the other one, or when I was first putting those frames up. I made this little double hook caddy to catch it and lasso it over and hold it up there and pull and get it into position. And then I temporarily clamped it here and here and tied it off. I was, you know, dragging the scaffolding and, you know, just getting careless. And just now I was like, I gotta get down, man. It's just blazing hot. I don't know if I can finish that part. And come down and look at this. Oh my God. I was just getting ready to jump up on there. Actually, I did get up on there a little bit. That's probably what raised it off. I would have teetered the whole thing. Probably would have crashed this way. Would have went through the damn green. Crash, crash, crash. Oh my God. And it's baking hot. It's just baking hot. I gotta stop. I gotta take a shower, cool down. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I'm so exhausted now after my cool down. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come out here. I wanted to finish the little one. I figured, well, you know, gotta do the carve out. But I can probably put the little one up there. I know how to do that now. But now I don't even know if I can do that. I do know I gotta fix the scaffolding. Anyway, guys, let me beat myself up and call it a day. All right, man. Well, hey, stay tuned, huh? For more disaster, more pending disaster here on the Thai farm. And thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hopefully it's going to turn out pretty good. All right, back at you.